For those of you that are not aware, we are simulcasting live on i2G Touch. I apologize. We're a few minutes over, but that's okay. I actually literally just walked in the house about 15 minutes ago from Anaheim. So just a lot of exciting things going on. Hopefully, a lot of you on this call tonight were there, and if not, the people that were there have spread the word to you about a lot of what is going on. The event was incredible. We were sold out at 500 people. We had so many great announcements. It was so wonderful to get to meet a lot of you for the first time and actually get to meet a lot of your guests. We spent, I guess we got in on Wednesday night. We spent Thursday and Friday and even Sunday meeting with people there at the hotel. So, we tried to accomplish as many things as we possibly could and actually squeezed in some new announcements, which we're going to go over tonight. And first of all is, we've been talking about this music piece for some time, and I know you all have got an email blast talking about what was released on Saturday, which is SongsterGram. Not to be confused with Instagram, this is SongsterGram. And you're going to be able to go down to SongsterGram.com, and that's Song, SongsterGram, SongsterGram.com. Go there and download or set up your account. Later this week, you are going to be able to go in, and you're going to be able to download from either Apple's App Store or Google's App Store, depending upon the type of hand device you have. We don't have it set up for BlackBerry, which, very few apps these days are actually going that way, even though, for those of you, that are on the simulcast, you can see me hold up my BlackBerry, which is what I personally use. But Apple and Android are the majority of what's going on in the market. So you'll be able to download this app, and you are going to be able to do something that's never been done before in the history of music, and that is you're going to be able to participate in it. And i2G has the exclusive on this product for MLM, but it goes beyond that, and it's really what, to me, is the most exciting part about it. We actually went in and we invested heavily in this company, starting, back when we first launched this company. We saw this product while we were working on the i2G Touch product, and we said, you know what, we want to get involved with this. And so we went in, we bought part of the company, we've helped them finish up the application, get it ready for launch, and we've got an application that you can actually go out and you can download a song through our system, and you can actually interact with that. You can sing that song, you can video yourself singing that song, so you can bring video, audio, and the music all together for the very first time. And, if you want to take a montage of photos and you want to lay a song behind it, you can do that. If you just want to shoot a really nice video of a family moment, you can do that and lay the audio file that you've downloaded behind it as well. So there's so many uses for this. It's absolutely incredible. And that's the cool factor in this. I know a lot of you got to actually make some SongsterGram videos while you were out there in Anaheim, and we're just so excited about what's going on because literally in the first hour after the website came up, and I believe it came up about 6:30 on Saturday evening, we had over 1,000 people register for accounts in the first hour. Now, understand that for the first 30 days, we are going to be the only ones telling anyone about this, which means that we get to go out and we get to share the word about SongsterGram with the world. And, we get to bring in lots and lots of new people to that, to that product, which, of course, I'll explain in a minute how that actually benefits you financially. But you're going to be able to bring all these customers on. And then in 30 days, some major musicians out there are going to be tweeting out to their millions and millions of followers what you already know is go to SongsterGram.com or go to the app stores and download this application and then start downloading music and interact with it. And we've got people with over 40 million Twitter followers who are ready to do that. So on April 1st, that's when they're going to start blasting this out. Now, here's the really exciting part. Not only do you have it first for 30 days to be able to put as many people in as you want to, but you're getting credit for all of those people, regardless of whether you put them in or one of your friends or somebody cross-line or whatever, because we actually have created 3 new pools in the compensation plan, and we get a piece of every single download that occurs, whether it be from your group or from the people that are in the music industry that are blasting out, via tweet. You're going to get a piece of that. So at the novice level, we're going to create a 2% pool. So 2% of our profits are just going into anyone who's a novice who has at least 2 customers on SongsterGram. And anyone at the player level who has at least 6 people on SongsterGram is going to get to share in a 6% pool. Anyone who has at least 8 people that are a high roller are going to get to share in the high roller pool of 8% of the profits of SongsterGram. And then all of the existing Empers are going to get an extra 12% of the profits of SongsterGram are going to go in also into our Emperors pool every month. So, that's on top of what they're already getting. We wanted to make sure that there was more money coming in there as we build the online casino up. So we wanted to throw in some more of the profits of what's going on in SongsterGram. So imagine this. Imagine, we go out in the next 30 days, and when you see this and play with it for the first time, you're going to understand why I say we're going to have 1 million people in the first 30 days who are customers who are downloading music. And imagine when all of these other people send out hundreds of millions of tweets to people all over the world who are their followers and say, go get this application. And when they do, every time somebody downloads a song, i2G gets a piece of that as profit because we negotiated the deal to get a piece of everything, and then we're going to share it with you. And we are the only people out there who are going to get to share that. So now, that doesn't mean we don't need to continue to focus on building our i2G business. This is by the way, this is a fun piece of what we're doing to just take us even further down the road of entertainment. It's very important that we don't lose sight on building our business because you get to give this app away for free. People go out and download a song for $1.29, or they can, I think the monthly is $15.99, where you can get unlimited downloads. Then there's a 6-month fee as well. But you get to pick what you want to do. But when that happens, people are getting paid. Now, some people have asked me a lot, how do I know, or how does the company credit me in the novice pool? How do they know that I've got 2 people? Real simple. When you've got your second person who you know went out and done a download, you simply just shoot us an email to customer service through your back office and say, hey, here's the 2 people that I personally got. If you're a high roller, you send us, or a player, you say, here's my 6 people that I've got. If you're a high roller, here's my 8. If you're a Emperor, here's my 12. And what we do is we cross-reference that with the SongsterGram database so we know that you've got these people. Now, a customer is one person who has downloaded music and paid, that $1.29 fee. So literally, this is an extra qualification that we put into the compensation plan, but you get to give something away, and it costs you $1.29 for them it costs them $1.29 to become a customer. I promise you, once they do it once, they're going to do it again and again and again and again. I mean, we're even setting this up to where there'll be ringtones that you can download. It's just amazing what all is in there. We're going to be able to help new artists get discovered because their music is going to get heard and seen for the first time through SongsterGram. And this is huge. I mean, iTunes does $30 million a day in profit, and all they can do is download music that you can listen to. We can let you interact, and nobody's ever done that before. Some of the biggest tech giants in the industry are looking at SongsterGram right now. What we do over the next 30 days is going to determine, what they want to do with it, because we know that they're going to want to get involved. And when they get involved, it's going to make money for all of you as well, because that means we have arrived on the scene, and this is a product like nothing that's ever been seen before. And, we're going to make sure that we share those profits with you every time somebody buys something, whether they're buying a song. Let's say you buy a song, we send something back out to you once you buy that song. We're going to shoot something back out that says, hey, by the way, there's a concert for this artist in your area. Would you like to buy a ticket? Would you like to buy a T-shirt? Would you like to buy a hat? So we're going to continually market to the people who download the songs. And, this is something that may not appeal as much to people that are over 40 as it will to people who are under 40, but that's okay. I mean, I use the analogy all the time. You may not like, you may not, or you may be a vegetarian, but doesn't mean you wouldn't like to own a McDonald's franchise, right? So you may not be somebody who wants to download a video or a piece of music and sing to it and make a video. That's okay. You don't have to. Give it to your kids. Give it to your grandkids. Give it to your kids' friends. Let them play with it. They will spread the word virally, and we will build a huge database of people using this, and everyone in the company will get paid because of it. So that was one of the big announcements that happened this weekend, and it is super, super big. So we're going to be doing trainings this week. We're not doing it tonight. I believe they're going to start tomorrow night with training, teaching people how to use this. Like I say, we are very hopeful that everything will be done with Apple to where it's up. The delay with the Apple system is it just takes Apple several weeks to actually get you approved to have your app uploaded, and so we're in that process. It's been submitted, but it's just a matter of when they're going to go ahead and put it up, and we're hoping that it's up, in the next few days, maybe even tomorrow. And then the same with Google. That'll be very, very quickly. So you'll be able to go to those app stores and download the application and be good to go. So we're excited about what's going on with that. It's just a tremendous, tremendous product. And, when you can go in there and set up your account, you can go in and you can play around on there, and see what it actually is. Now, the second major announcement that was done is actually done before this one. We've done a whole bunch of new features to i2G Touch. I encourage everybody to get in and play around with it. I can't tell you how many people I had tell me at the event, I didn't know that i2G Touch did all the things that we already do. Well, I've been saying since we launched this company, when people really understand what our product is, they're going to be even more excited than they were when they signed up. It is an incredible product, and now that we've got the Facebook bridge built, to where you can literally do a walkout presentation to all of your friends on Facebook. You got 5,000 people, you can walk out on their screen and you can talk to them. That's a pretty cool feature. And if you want to do a webinar, we've got the new webinar feature where you can actually do a regular opportunity meeting from the webinar, literally where you can draw circles or do a presentation with a pen, right there, on the screen, and people can see you do that live in real time. Now, there's two more phases, if you will, coming to that, which will be out in the next 30 to 45 days. They're telling me 15 and 30 days, so I'm an optimist. I'm optimistic they're going to be late. That's just how technology is. So I wouldn't want to lie to you and say it's going to be 15 and 30 days to get phase 2 and phase 3 on that on the webinar system, but it's coming very quickly, and you're really going to be blown away. It'll be the first webinar program that actually has sound where you can do anything you want to do while you're demonstrating it. I mean, you can play music, you can talk, people can interact. You'll actually have the ability to do walkouts as well. So it's going to be a pretty cool feature. But right now it's working, and it's better than anything on the market today. And you've got the opportunity to get that. So be watching your email if you haven't already to get the links on how to log in and look at that as well, and start to get used to it and play with it. You can instead of using products like Join.me and those, you can actually just use our system as well. So now I know on live webinar night, or on the live broadcast, I know there's a lot of questions popping up. I can see them out of the corner of my eye popping up. I'd be having to answer those, and to be able to answer all of those questions, I have to stop what I'm doing and talking to everyone that's broadcasting live on the call as well. So what will happen is customer service will go back through this list of questions, and they'll shoot back to each one of the people and get your questions answered for you, by tomorrow. So I don't want anybody to think I'm ignoring them. I simply can't. I can't stop going through these great announcements and stop and type each question, because it would just simply drag this call on for hours and hours. Now, there's a lot of things that I discussed out there when I was talking on Saturday afternoon about compliance. We just brought on our own in-house counsel, as well as the other counsel that we already have, both in gaming and in the MLM world. We wanted our own in-house counsel because we're getting really, really strict on compliance. We want to make sure people are saying the right things. They're not going out and putting websites up or putting YouTube videos up that are absolutely talking about things that they can't legally do. We don't want that to happen. And so we're going to make sure that everyone is compliant, because the long-term viability of this company depends on us making sure that we're policing this correctly, not just for us, but for you as well. We don't want one or two bad apples out there that are excited and they happen to say the wrong things. They get the words wrong. They use the wrong words you can't legally use, and they cause the company a problem which affects everybody's income. We don't want that to happen. So, like I say, we brought on our own in-house counsel. This is someone that started their career in compliance with Herbalife. So this is a major attorney that's working for i2G that's going to help us make sure that our people are saying the right things. Now, some of you on this call may get an email from our attorney saying, hey, you've got this YouTube video or you've got this website up and it's not in compliance. We need you to make these corrections. Or it may simply say, we need to take that video down because of these reasons. What I want you to do is I want you to follow his instructions and take those things down, because, we want everything to be compliant. We want the right things said. We want the right things heard. And we don't want you to say something that's going to get you in trouble with us, because if we simply ask you to take it down, we're going to be very polite the first time we ask you to take it down. If we ask you the second time, we're going to be a little more stern, and if you still haven't taken it down, we're going to terminate the distributorship. We don't want to do that. In 17 years of owning my own companies, I have never terminated a single distributor, but I've also not had as many people putting as much on the internet as we do today. And so we want to make sure. So when you get that, understand it's a serious warning, and that we are going to take it seriously, and you should as well. So, we'll help you clean stuff up. If you're saying something where you only got 2 words wrong, or you need to take a sentence out here or there, or we need to be talking about it a little different, we're going to tell you what you can and cannot say so that you can fix it. We don't want to stop you from marketing. We just want you simply saying the right things that we can legally say. So, that's the best thing for all of us, because we've got a bright, bright future. Now, we've got a major event. I say major event. We've got a big Super Saturday coming up in Las Vegas in 3 weeks. Actually, it's about 3 weeks from yesterday. The 22nd of March, there's going to be a Super Saturday at Queens Hotel. There's a great group. Tony Adamy and the team out there are hosting that event. There'll be Richard and Susan Anzalone will be out there, and Angela and myself and Joyce Barnes will all be in attendance as well. We're going to be in Vegas for a big gaming expo, and we wanted to come over for this Super Saturday, and so we'll be there as guests. So if you've got anyone in the western part of the United States, it's going to be Vegas on the 22nd of March. Now, we've also got other events that are going on as well that you need to be aware of. There's another event coming up. I believe tentatively it's the 4th and 5th of April. Now, it may be a little bit earlier, a little bit later. We'll put that up in the next few days, but that event's going to be in Honolulu, Hawaii. Again, Angela and myself and Joyce Barnes will all be in attendance, along with Richard and Susan Anzalone, and a myriad of other team members. Raymond Ho's team will be hosting that event. So, I know that Jason Sin will be there, with his entire team. So we want to make sure that you know about that. So if you've got people in Hawaii, that event's going to be somewhere there in that first week of April, and that's going to be another Super Saturday. And then we've got some really big events coming up. I didn't talk about them on Saturday. Simply, we had so much to cover that I forgot to mention them to the crowd. But our intent is to do a major event here in the United States, and right now we're tentatively scheduling that around the first week of August, and it will be in the western part of the United States. It's not all firm yet. I'm going to try and get that firmed up. Right now we're targeting Las Vegas for that event, but we'll have that firmed up here. By the time we do the Super Saturday there in Vegas, we'll know if when and where the location is and so forth for that. Then we also are going to be having a major event in Frankfurt, Germany in the month of September. Again, we're just finalizing details there with the team in Germany, but we're going to be doing a major event in Germany in the month of September, and then we will be doing our launch event in Brazil in November. Brazil, we actually had the team that's heading up our Brazil operations to get everything ready to launch, and we anticipate that happening in the next 30 days. We've got our team. They were in Las Vegas with us. They were in Anaheim with us this past weekend, going through all the details, and so we're putting some special things together for Brazil because the market's a little different. But we'll be ready to launch that off, and they've already set it up that they would like to do their major event, their first major event down there in November. So that's 3 big events coming up, and if you were paying attention, that's on 3 totally separate continents. There's no company has done those kind of events in that shorter period of time. In the middle there somewhere, we're going to squeeze our Asia major event for the fall as well. So we'll actually have 4 major events on 4 continents in just right at a year in business. So we're really excited about that and what's coming with it. So, I can't hardly tell you how excited I am. I mean, it's been hardly any sleep in California. Flying all day again today. We're here, and I'm ready to go. I mean, I'm excited. I'm energized. The entire team is. I think we painted a better vision for everybody this weekend where they could see what was going on. I want to give a shout out to the leaders who put this thing together, made it work. Richard and Susan and Dave and Farrah and Dennis and and K. Ross and Stephen and Jason Sin and his wife, and I mean there's so many people involved. The Nolasco family and what they've done. I mean, they had several hundred people at the event. There are so many great leaders that were there with their teams, and they supported us, and they made sure that everything was up and ready and running. And I want to thank the folks that developed our technology. Bob Johnson did an incredible job presenting both i2G Touch and SongsterGram to everyone so that they understood it. So watch your email. Somebody told me yesterday, they said, well, I've not got any emails. I haven't seen anything about trainings. And I said, well, you read your i2G emails? And the answer to the question was, well, I probably get some. I just haven't looked at any of them. And, you can't participate if you don't read and see, when these trainings are going to be. But we will be doing, the touch trainings and the SongsterGram trainings. In fact, we brought someone on board that is starting this week that's what their job will be, is to be customer service to help us do just these things, to help people walk them through touch. They're going to be creating new online presentations, webinars, and so forth that we will record and put up so people understand from A to Z what to do. If you get in and play a little bit in your i2G Touch, you'll see that there are all sorts of animated tutorials. When you start clicking on things, a little robot comes out and talks to you and tells you what to do next. And, if you haven't been into i2G Touch, you need to do that because it's incredible what's there, and it walks you through. But we're going to bring a human in who's going to help you to do that as well, who has been involved with, that company that developed this, for several years. And we've hired him on board with us so that he can help make sure that our customer service is all up to speed there, and he'll also be doing that with SongsterGram. So, again, major stuff going on. Like always, we've got it. Nobody else does. And we just increased your opportunity. We've made it that much better for every single one of you. And, I want to get to the point here very quickly where we're not doing these calls on a conference call line as well as simulcast. I want all of you to be so comfortable and fluent, if you will, with i2G Touch that we do everything as a live broadcast on video because we want you to see that. We want you to understand what that's like and understand what the people in foreign countries are seeing and those who are linked in now. I know there's a lot of people on the Touch right now because I keep getting question or comment after comment after comment. So there's a lot going on tonight on that. So we want more people to participate. We want you to get used to it and understand how to use it and enjoy it because that's what you get when you join i2G is you get the most sophisticated social media platform ever developed, and you're the only ones that have it. So, again, I want to thank everybody that was in Anaheim. I want to thank those of you that weren't in Anaheim, for your support. This year is going to be incredible. There is so much going on, and it's just the beginning. I painted a little bit of a vision for what's coming in the future. Didn't talk a lot about Phase 2 and Phase 3 while we were there. I talked about Phase 4 and what that is, but, we'll save that for another call. I can tell you, though, that our future has never been brighter. Sales are booming, incomes are up, and people are having fun, on social media and online gaming and now the music world. Be prepared what's coming next because there's some incredible stuff that's coming, and we don't want you to miss out on it. We are so far ahead of the curve with this that, it's incredible what's going to happen. I hope those of you that are at home that weren't in Anaheim can feel it like the people in Anaheim who really finally got it brought into focus for them because I guarantee you those 500 people were responsible for putting 1,000 people on SongsterGram in 1 hour. If we can do that, it's not going to take long to put that 1 million people in because one's going to go get 1, who's going to go get 2, who's going to go get 4. It's just going to grow and grow and grow. And we'll have some people that, like I said, give it to your son or your daughter, or give it to your grandkids, give it to their friends. It doesn't matter. It will go viral through the high schools. It'll go viral through the college campuses. Everybody will be talking about SongsterGram in the next 90 days, and you will have been the ones that helped create that. And that's why you're going to be the ones that are going to get compensated for it. So let's go out. Let's work hard. We've got a brand new month, a lot of exciting stuff going on. Let's start driving those, driving those sales so that you can start working yourself toward, the next pinnacle, whether it be bronze or silver or gold or ruby or wherever you're trying to get to. Let's start working hard. Let's get you there this month. Let's get you that first month of qualification, and let's go make it happen. Again, I want to thank you all for being on the call tonight and listening and watching, and we'll we'll see y'all at the top. Hopefully most of you will be in Vegas. Thanks a lot, and good night, everyone.